Hello and welcome to a new episode on What Does This Data Say? I'm Ajay Prakash. They told us Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. They told us India is safe for women, but the numbers say otherwise. According to the National Crime Records Bureau, in 2023, India recorded 4.48 lakh, that's nearly half a million incidents of crime against women. On paper, progress. In reality, a justice system that drags, a political narrative that glosses, and survivors left waiting. This is the story of how crimes against women are surfacing, how they are being suppressed, and how investigations stall, and in how many cases the system simply forgets them. Before I get into the crime statistics related to women, I will present the overall picture of crime in India according to the data given by the National Crime Records Bureau. The data is for 2023. Why not for 2024? Well, the NCRB itself is running late by over 9 months in releasing the annual reports. Here is the graph showing the crime rate in India from 1981 onwards. The NCRB defines crime rate as the number of cognizable crimes per 1 lakh of population. Until 2012, the crime rate in India was hovering around 200, largely less than 200. Thereafter, the rate kept on increasing year on year. The yellow dotted vertical line is the year 2014 when the crime rate was 229.2. It peaked in the pandemic year of 2020. In 2023, the crime rate was 270.3. Why did this happen? I leave that point for you to research. Maybe some other day I will get into those details as well. According to the National Crime Records Bureau Crime in India 2023 report, the overall national crime rate was 448.3. Just have a glance at the top 10 states according to this report. Before I show you these tables, I just want you to guess which is the most crime prone state in India. And when you are going to see the result, you will be shocked. Topping the list is Kerala. That's a wow moment. Yes, Kerala, God's own country, blessed with abundance of about everything, most literate, high female literacy, tops in every development index in the country, and yet NCRB says it has the highest crime rate in the country, more than Delhi, which is at the number 2 spot. Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, and Telangana are the crime prone states. Look at the table on the right hand side where I show the least crime prone states. I have left out northeastern states and union territories. And who do we see here in this list? Jharkhand, Assam, West Bengal, Bihar, and Uttar Pradesh, and a few others. What should we do with this kind of statistics? Kerala and most of the South does its work and gets punished. It is easy to manipulate crime statistics, just don't record the FIR, the crime goes down automatically. Now let's start with the hard data on crime against women. The NCRB's latest figures say 4,48,211 crimes against women were recorded in 2023, up from 4,45,256 in 2022. That translates into a national crime rate of roughly 66.2 per lakh women. Breaking down the categories, cruelty by husband or his relatives is still the largest chunk, around 30% of all these cases. Kidnapping, abduction of women make up around 19.2%. Assaults with intent to outrage modesty around 18.7%. Rape accounts only for 7%, even though it dominates media attention. Some key observation: the number is going up, not down. Despite all the talk of women's safety campaigns, in 2018 the rate was around 58.8 per lakh. By 2022, it reached 66.4 per lakh. As in the case of the total crime rate in India, the crime against women also shows some striking results. Telangana tops in crime against women in the country at 125 per lakh, followed by Rajasthan at around 115, then Odisha 1112, Haryana, and again Kerala figures here at 86 per lakh. At the bottom side, where crime against women is not there, Nagaland, Manipur are the lowest, followed by Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Jharkhand, and Bihar. Delhi tops the list in crime against women in the country at 133 per lakh. And a surprising entry: Andaman and Nicobar Islands, of all the places, shows that crime against women is at 107 per lakh. And perhaps the most critical, the system that records these crimes is also the system that investigates and delivers justice. Yet the pendency of cases is massive. Charge sheeting rates are moderate, convictions remain elusive. For example, the overall charge sheeting rate in 2023 for crimes against women was around 77%. But charging someone is only step one. Many cases linger in courts for years while survivors wait, litigate, hope, and sometimes give up. So the numbers alone do not capture the lived reality of countless women. What they do show is a system under strain with weak accountability and political interference. I'll just go through a couple of case studies. In September 2020, in the district of Hathras, a Dalit woman, 19-year-old, was brutally assaulted and who later died. Four men were accused. The shocking part: the body was reportedly cremated by the police in the dead of the night at 2:30 a.m., allegedly without the family's consent and while they were locked inside. The case sparked national outrage. The state government was under intense pressure, but what happened afterwards? The investigation was transferred, the Supreme Court took note, but convictions remain minimal. The crime remains a symbol of caste, power, and state failure. From our vantage, this case ticks many boxes. A BJP ruled state, Uttar Pradesh, under a government anxious about its image, a Dalit victim, and a scandal that exposed both caste and gender violence. A media storm, a political narrative of "we will fix it," but the long tail of justice still is missing. The point isn't what happened in Hathras, it's how the state responded. The midnight cremation, the restricted access for media and family, the framing of the incident as one aberration rather than systematic. And this brings us to the next case. In September 2022, a 19-year-old Ankita Bhandari, a receptionist at a luxury resort near Rishikesh in Uttarakhand, went missing. Less than a month into her job, the resort owner, Pulkit Arya, son of a BJP leader. The allegations: Ankita had refused to provide special services to VIP guests and was then killed. Her body was found in a canal days later. What happened next is instructive of state behavior. The police delayed the FIR despite the missing person complaint. The resort was bulldozed very soon after disappearance of this girl, and the demolition is accused of destroying evidence. The case gained national media coverage due to the BJP connection, local protests, and social media. But despite that, justice was delayed. Conviction came only in May 2025, almost 3 years later. Again, it was a BJP ruled state, a politically connected accused, a heavy media attention, but still the institutional machinery moved slowly, allowing time for the evidence to vanish, witnesses to be intimidated. The case is a mirror of many others. Shocking crime, initial outrage, then the clock slows, the system hopes the public will forget. As one commentary put it, it signaled a determination not to allow her story to vanish, but the system still almost let it. So we have two cases in BJP ruled states. One exposing caste gender violence in UP, the other exposing class power gender violence in Uttarakhand. Both show the pattern. Crime optics drag. So, what's the structural problem here? Why do these cases, from high profile to ordinary, all end up in a slow motion justice machine? I call it the three-step trap. Step 1, registration and optics. The moment a crime surfaces, there's an outcry, politicians respond, police make promises, but registration quality matters. FIRs may be delayed or not fully accurate. Step 2, investigation and evidence. This is where the real grinding begins. Gathering forensic evidence, securing CCTV mobile data, protecting witnesses. In many cases, evidence disappears. Stakeholders lose interest or local power structures intervene. Step 3, trial and resolution. Charge sheeting may happen, but trials drag. Witnesses turn hostile. Survivors and families run out of resources. The public moves on. The case disappears from headlines. The system quietly keeps it pending. Some numbers to illustrate: the NCRB says 77.6% of crimes against women in 2023 saw charge sheeting. But pendency is huge. Courts across India have millions of pending cases. Trials for sexual violence and crimes against women often takes years. Researchers note that what is recorded is not all that what is happening. Many crimes never get registered. Why does this slowness matter? Because the longer a case drags, justice is delayed, it becomes justice denied, evidence corrodes, witnesses forget, political climate changes, media interest drops, and with it, public pressure. The state gets away with the narrative of action without meaningful accountability. In short, the system is rigged for inertia. Now let's piece it together. On one side, you have the narrative under the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his party, the Bharatiya Janata Party. India is booming, women are safe, and law and order is improving. On the other side, you have the data. Crimes against women are rising, major states ruled by the same party dominating the statistics, and justice mostly delayed. For example, states ruled by BJP or its allies, such as Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Uttarakhand, show the highest numbers in absolute terms. In Modi's India, daughters are told that they are nation's Mata and Devi. The slogan echoes, but when you look closely at the spreadsheets, at the half a million recorded crimes, at the backlog that never clears, at the series of delayed trials, you have to ask, are they safe, or are we safe pretending that they are safe? The difference between a registry number and a verdict matters because until the verdict comes out, the survivor waits. and the system moves on. Thank you for listening. Stay alert, stay informed, stay accountable. I am Ajay Prakash. I'll see you again in the next episode. Thank you for watching.